is the final Attack on Titan battle beginning. So what's up guys, Foxen here. Attack on Titan chapter 116. Are you ready? Finally, the hidden warrior titans are coming out to play. Before beginning, go ahead and give a colossal thumbs up and subscribe. More juicy Attack on Titan videos coming. So let's go ahead and get started. Right from the previous chapter, that cliffhanger. What would Pieck do? By the way, just a little bit of irony with Pieck wearing the wings of freedom on her back. Nice little touch. At the start of this, I really love Eren calling Pieck on her bluff. Oh, you want to shoot me? I definitely don't give a damn, just do it already. So yes, right here you have Eren pushing back. Supposedly Pieck still has to retrieve the founding Titan. But didn't Marley give up on going after the Titan powers? I mean, it wasn't too long ago in the attack on Marley that they were willing to kill Eren and lose the founding Titan altogether. What changed? You now have Eren right in front of you and you're limiting your warriors? Great job right there. Then for Pieck here, even if what Eren was saying was true, you don't need to shoot him in the head. Shoot him someplace like the legs or the arms so he can't move. And I know, that could attract the guys with the hard-on for Eren. But how about shanking him instead? Did Pieck just not want to risk that? Next up, let me talk about Pieck's little act here, or supposed act. You just have her here putting her hands up. It really reminded me of Pixie's doing the same thing a few chapters back. You know, the time he was surrendering to the Supreme Leader Eren. But here's where you got the plot twist. Looks like a lot of you were thinking that Eren would convince Pieck to switch over to his side, myself included. But looks like Pieck really wants to launch another attack on Marley on her own choice. To be honest, I can see why Pieck would want to use this once in a lifetime opportunity. The problem with this is that we still don't know almost anything about Pieck. What exactly is going on inside of that scheming head? Although you could argue the same thing about rogue Eren over here. Right here, I was definitely extremely skeptical of Pieck's choice. And Eren should have been too, which he definitely was. Also, just a little funny how many followers Eren is getting. Forget about starting your own harem, everyone is bowing down to rogue Eren now. Changing gears, let me just talk about everything going on inside of the jail cell. So back inside of the jail cell with the scouts, fricking finally. Looks like everyone was busy having their own tea party. Meanwhile, Coney was looking awfully pissed off just waiting around. So I was a little surprised to see that these guys seem to have discussed nothing. Nothing about what went on when Eren smacked down Armin and Mikasa. Were all of these guys just staying quiet and drinking tea the whole time? And the stallion just looking at the wall. It's not gonna move, dude. As for Mikasa here, finally getting something out of her. Although, to be honest, really not what I was hoping for. It seems like Mikasa's still fully on board Team Yeager, despite being called a slave or a juicy bugger. Of course, there is the other option. That being Mikasa wanting to think about this stuff more to herself before sharing it. Keep in mind, Mikasa has always been the type of person that's been more closed off and want to keep to herself. If I had to guess right now, there is this whole discussion about true intent that the stallion brought up. Perhaps Mikasa has realized something about Eren's actions. Same for the stallion. For everyone else, Armin seems to just be Armin right now, which means somewhere in the middle. And of course, you know where Coney stands in all of this, just wanting to smash Eren's mini Titan right now. So let me ask you, what do you think about these past friends right now? Are we all really just waiting for the eventual reveal that Eren was doing this stuff for his greater good? It surely feels like that. Next up, why hello there, taller Armin and Oyakopon. Turns out I was right, Oyakopon was still on Yelena's side. As for the kitchen traitor here, but goddamn did he have to keep on rubbing salt into the potato girl Sasha wound for all these guys, us readers included. Isayama has definitely succeeded in making Sasha one of the most important Attack on Titan kills yet. Not that this guy really mattered since Yelena made him go splatter. Oh, those head juices will definitely be censored in the Attack on Titan anime. So right here you're getting yet another potential lie. That Yelena and Zeke ultimately want to free and save both Marley and Elida. She even brings up Zeke's euthanasia plan. A good question right here would be, how much of this has Yelena already told Pixies? In the last chapter or two we saw them both talking. And what exactly did she tell Pixies? Was she being truthful or yet another lie? Assuming for a second Yelena is being honest, I really do have to question what Yelena and Zeke meaning is for saving. What do they mean by that? If Yelena is lying, does that mean she's fully on board Team Yeager's plan? Only Zeke, only Eren? Or ultimately Yelena going on her own team? Recall that you have heard in the past how much Yelena wanted to take down Marley before. What exactly changed? Anyway, let me just get on to what Yelena revealed here, or at least what she said at face value to the scouts. Pretty much them going with the no baby option. Eventually, the Eldians would just naturally go extinct. This really sounds more in line with what Zeke currently wants. Although the best option for Zeke would arguably be to just wipe them all out. On the flip side, you do have my Eren theory option. Presumably, Eren wants to remove the Titan turning ability from all Eldians, or at least any new Eldians born going forward. Ultimately, this really just seems to partially come down to Yelena worshipping Team Yeager. I mean, look at that sparkle in her eye. At the very least, Yelena is super excited to have the Yeager brothers become these historical figures. That is for certain. And Armin. This guy is still a softie 4 years later. Anyway, getting back to the conversation with Pieck and Eren. Seeing Pieck's little talk with Gabby here was giving me chills. It almost makes me want to buy into her cause. And as we found out a little bit later, it seems like she was being at least partially truthful here. Pieck right here makes an excellent point. The Age of Titans is coming to an end, sooner rather than later. It could be the next year, in 5 years. A very good possibility before the decade is up. After that, all the Eldians within Marley and the world would just go back to being the dreaded devil humans who could become monsters. Why risk it at all and keep them around? By the way, here's a side thing worth noting. When Pieck was talking about it, it almost seemed like her father had no idea about the 13-year life limit for Titans. Not until she already became a Titan herself. Honestly, it wouldn't be surprising at all to find out that Marley wasn't too open about this. As for Eren, great job with him being skeptical and sure as hell looking pissed off. Although here for a second I was thinking this was Eren's little miscalculation, which was completely healing his injury. Later we found out that was no issue at all, thankfully. Also here another side thing worth mentioning too. Very interesting usage of lighting for Eren and Pieck. Eren was always kept in the dark, although you did get that highlight for his bloody hand. Meanwhile, Pieck is shown to be half light and half dark in this one panel shot. Ultimately, this led into Pieck's little act. Oh, I'll tell you where the traitors are, no problem. They're somewhere in the city. Pieck right here seemed oh so playful. Please be nice to me, I'm on your side now. Honestly, I'm really loving Pieck more and more. I really can't wait till her anime debut, and I do mean in person. Maybe that'll be for Attack on Titan Season 4, maybe in 2020. As for something worth noting from Pieck here, which was really her mentioning of Zeke always lying, which really gives more insight into Pieck always paying attention. This chapter finally answered that one question. It turns out that Pieck did catch on that one time when Zeke said he would save Eren, back in that huge ass battle. I did always think this was weird that Pieck wouldn't question Zeke about it. What exactly did it mean there? We could assume that Pieck had always been questioning Zeke's actions before this, and this really only just confirmed her suspicions. Next up, let me bring up Yelena here. Isn't it quite ironic? Hey Eren, don't trust her, she's dangerous. It really feels like the only difference between Yelena and Pieck is that one's a devil and the other one could hulk out into a Titan. Anyway, surprise surprise, it's a goddamn Jaws Titan. Although I did see the leaks early on, so I was really just waiting for the time bomb to go off. And my god, do you suck as Jaws Titan? You had one job, one freaking thing to do. But no, you couldn't aim for the head. You only got a light Jaeger snack here. Also kinda funny how Mr. Yeager here keeps on losing his legs when it comes to Titans. Remember that back at Trust? I'm sure the anime is gonna cover this up in Steam. Keeping this in mind, I wonder what other parallels will come back for the Attack on Titan finale. Maybe Armin's gonna get extra barbecued this time around. Or how about the stallion getting eaten or smashed by a Titan due to faulty gear? Anyway, now officially Marley's attack on Paradise begins. Or should I say the attack on Eren Yeager? Cause reinforcements have arrived. I'm just loving how determined Reiner looks here. He definitely wants to get some revenge on Eren, and no more of that Reiner that was begging to get put down. Eren's Attack Titan versus the Armor Titan round 3 is actually happening. Right now I'm really just wondering if Paradise Island has anything that could shoot those blimps down. Also, I've never seen one of these things in person, but aren't these things supposed to be pretty loud? At least enough for a person down there to notice. Maybe you've seen one of these, so if you have an experience with these things, let me know down below. And then a couple other things I want to bring up. First off, finally getting a look at Eren's new Titan transformation. And wah. Looks like this thing is exactly the same. Way to go, Isayama. I'm sure that some of you will be disappointed, but for me, I was kinda doubting there would be any major change. I mean, the Attack Titan has such an iconic look, although you can't make a new figure now. But who knows, perhaps Eren could go into this WarHammer Titan mode. Or now his Attack Titan has access to all the WarHammer Titan crystal powers. Most likely it'll be that one. So I want to hear from you, let me know how you feel about Eren's lack of new Titan design. Was anyone hoping that Eren's Titan would look like a mixture between his Attack Titan and the WarHammer Titan? And then for a major question, is this a final battle? This right here is really feeling similar to what the attack on Marley set up. You got all the Titans in one spot, minus the female Titan of course. Unlike the attack on Marley, one side has to come out on top. In other words, the other side getting completely destroyed. It's not like Marley could just run away, hopefully those blimps get popped. And surely this whole thing is not gonna get resolved in just 2 to 3 chapters. With an estimated like 14 chapters left, this could actually be the final Attack on Titan battle. It definitely feels like it. And if it is, you know what that means. Levi is most definitely not going to be involved in this Attack on Titan finale. But let's see what happens. Really quickly, let me actually mention Annie. This chapter, something pretty much got confirmed. Pieck and the Warriors really have no interest right now in worrying about the female Titan. Since really, unless something got leaked to them, or Pieck found out some info on her little spy mission, the Warriors might not even know about the female Titan or Annie being frozen right now. And this is really a good thing. Their priority should be to take out Eren as soon as possible. Worry about Annie later. By the way, really quickly, you can start tweeting your Attack on Titan Chapter 116 questions now. Just be sure to follow the requirements, follow me, and include the important hashtag. Otherwise, I won't even be able to find your question. Guaranteed questions for Patreon supporters too, by the way. Definitely consider becoming a Patreon supporter. Not only do you support the channel and all the videos you do like, but also it gives you access to my very special Discord server. There you can find an Attack on Titan channel where we're talking all things Attack on Titan, including spoilers and leaks. Go ahead and check the link down below for my Patreon page. But anyway, more important, let me hear from you. Was Eren too reckless this chapter? Or did Eren really have nothing to worry about? Is anyone here disappointed about no new Warhammer Founding Attack Titan design? Or is there still hope for a new look? And how about this battle that's beginning? Do you think this is a big final Titan war? Or could Isayama still have room for one more? Definitely share any thoughts down below. Anyway, be sure to give a colossal thumbs up and subscribe. More juicy Attack on Titan videos every week. Now that I'm officially moved to Japan, I'm going back to my Attack on Titan Friday schedule. There will be more videos coming with the Attack on Titan anime coming back in a few weeks. So be sure to set up bell notifications and I'll see you guys later.